I meant it.
Are all the women in Canton just batshit crazy? What the fuck was that? Okay, so this is the woman that supposedly... This is the woman that is the subject of the affidavit that I read. I'm starting to believe it may be true. Oh, yes, it's got the motion to compel. Okay. Now comes Adrian Kearney and respectfully moves that the Honourable Court, pursuant to the court rules, compel the production of discovery detailed below, which has been requested from the prosecution multiple times since October 8, and which disclosure is required by prior orders of this court and imposed by Rule 5. Oh, no shit, so there's something else that's not being... Defence has made 3 letters of demand for orders and or required discovery concerning civilian Catherine Peter, who on information and belief is working as an agent for the Commonwealth in their prosecution against Mr. Kearney and Karen Reid. Although the first demand was made 6 months ago, the prosecution has neither provided the defence with any of the requested discovery nor indicated that none of the requested items or information are within their possession. Yeah, because they don't want to have to lie about it. Prosecution hasn't responded to any of the demands made on October 8th, 17th, or March 29th, all of which describe in great detail the good faith basis for our belief that the prosecution is in possession of the evidence that requires disclosure. In addition to the outstanding discovery, Mr. Kearney's defence has since received further confirmation that such evidence exists. Specifically, the evidence is described in a sworn affidavit of an acquaintance of Miss Peter, a copy which is attached as an exhibit. Oh, it is the document I was after. As detailed by the sworn statement of the witness, Miss Peter has admitted to the witness that she has a long-standing relationship in which she has assisted the Commonwealth in their efforts to prosecute Mr. Kearney and Miss Reid. Miss Peter's relationship with the Commonwealth and its key witnesses against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reid include evidence that, amongst others, she regularly speaks with and meets with Reid's prosecutors, receives monthly payments from the Commonwealth in exchange for her assistance against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reid, received items of value from a key witness, Jen McCabe, was granted de facto immunity from prosecution in exchange for her assistance with the Commonwealth. Altered, destroyed, or disposed of material evidence, including the contents of a cellular phone that would be favourable to Mr. Kearney. Am I pronouncing that right? Kearney? Should I just be calling him Turtle Boy? I don't know. Admitted her intent to start rumours about Mr. Kearney's purported harassment of jurors to further the Commonwealth's unsuccessful effort to ban him from covering the case. Using a social media platform to help the Commonwealth circumvent gag orders in relation to the Reid case. Stalked, harassed and spied on Mr. Kearney, Miss Reid and one of her attorneys and the supporters of Miss Reid. Aidan Kearney. Thank you. Significantly, according to the witness's sworn statement, brain no worky, Ms. Peter admitted to her that Jen McCabe issued an ultimatum directly to DA Morrissey in exchange for a favourable testimony against Ms. Reid. She would not testify until Turtleboy is in jail. Ms. Peter further told the witness when McCabe was told that the Commonwealth can simply subpoena her, she implied that if her demands were not met, we would alter her testimony in a manner that was designed to harm the Commonwealth's case against Ms. Reid. I'll be honest, that doesn't make any sense to me. Because it would not be in the McAlberts' favour or in their interests in order to... Because if Karen Reid isn't convicted, all eyes immediately turn onto the McAlberts as to what really happened. Admitted that Lindsay Gattini lied about a material fact relevant to her criminal allegations against Mr. Kearney. Significantly, according to the witness's sworn statement, Miss Peter admitted to her that Jen McCabe issued an ultimatum. Oh, I already got that. Miss Peter further admitted that to the witness that on March 16th she met with Miss McCabe and DA Morrissey in Braintree, and when the witness saw Miss Peter shortly after the meeting, Miss Peter had a manila envelope with her. On information and belief, Miss McCabe used the words we, meaning in addition to herself, other key prosecution witnesses, that's a typo, to whom she is close and who would also not testify favourably for the prosecution unless Mr. Carney was in jail. Prosecution still hasn't complied with the obligation to provide the discoverable electronic communications from representatives of the DA's office and witnesses against Mr. Carney. See, that's interesting. None of the foregoing items or information has been provided to the defence team by the Commonwealth despite several prior requests in addition to pre-existing Rule 14 obligations. Based upon the information provided by the witness's sworn statement and the contents of our 3 previous letter demands, there is strong reason to believe that there exists discoverable information and material in the Commonwealth's possession, custody, or control, whether the Carney or Reid prosecution teams, related to Miss Peters' involvement with the Commonwealth and/or witnesses who will testify against Mr. Carney. The prosecutor also has a duty to inform each member of the prosecutor team whom he has reason to believe may be in possession, custody, or control of discoverable items of information, and then inquire of each person as to the existence of such. Thus, at a minimum, the prosecutor must address the issues raised in the affidavit and letters of demand with D.A. Morrissey, Hank Brennan, Adam Lally, Laura McLaughlin, Miss Peter, Miss McCabe, Kenneth Mello, Brian Tully, and John Fanning. Any discoverable evidence then must be immediately collected and promptly disclosed to the defence. This, of course, includes prompt disclosure of any evidence that the Reid prosecution team has in their possession, custody, or control, which adversely impacts the credibility of any witness against Mr. Carney, is otherwise favourable to him or casts doubt on the case against him. Dork, thank you very much. Commonwealth's disclosure obligation to Mr. Carney remains irrespective of any purported view of the evidence's reliability, credibility, or admissibility, and without regard to whether or not the information has been documented in any manner. In other words, when the subject matter is discoverable, the prosecution must promptly disclose any information derived from the conversations or interviews between or among Miss Peter, the relevant witnesses against Mr. Carney, and any members of the Carney and Reid prosecution team, even if it was not memorialised in any way. That's a pretty stark and straightforward Rule 14 application. So I haven't actually read through this, but you know what? Why the hell not? Let's share it together, shall we? All right. Now comes the undersigned, redacted for very specific reasons, on oath and hereby states the following to the best of her knowledge, recollection, information, and belief under penalty of perjury on the 21st day of April 2025. That's why this is so batshit crazy. Someone has legitimately sworn an affidavit swearing to this under the penalty of criminal charges. My name is redacted and I reside in Massachusetts. I am of age and competent to make this affidavit. I have been friendly with Catherine Peter, hereinafter referred to as Peter, for close to a year. I've had multiple conversations and face-to-face interactions with Peter. Probably could have just called her Catherine. Would have been a little bit easier. Catherine volunteered information to me about the Karen Reid case countless times throughout our friendship. All factual representations below are from what Catherine told me about her involvement in the Karen Reid and Adrian Carney cases. During Karen Reid's first trial, she was in regular communication with ADA Adam Lally. At one point prior to the jury deliberations, Catherine met with Lally for lunch. During this lunch meeting, Lally told her that he knows the foreperson who is a retired police officer, and he, the juror, is guaranteeing a mistrial. Holy fuck balls. This is what was verbally reported to me by Catherine. She told me that she is paid $1,500 each month via Cash App for her assistance in the Karen Reid and Adrian Carney prosecutions. Catherine believes that Karen Reid is innocent, but she has to play the game. I interpret that to mean that Catherine's role is to publicly promote and advocate on social media that Miss Reid is guilty. She opined to me that if anyone killed John, it was redacted, an asshole. I need to know who they called the asshole. I need to know that. Catherine is very close with Hank Brennan and has had multiple conversations and meetings with him. I have personally heard Peter on the phone to Hank Brennan. During a phone conversation between Catherine and Hank Brennan that I was present for and personally recognised Hank Brennan's voice, Catherine told him that her people leaked it to the media, referring to the federal investigation being over. As of April 15, 2025, Catherine is not directly talking to Hank anymore. We're using a third party to communicate now. Oh, this is some real cloak and dagger type shit. Peter states that she is untouchable because of everything she is doing to assist the prosecution, and that no matter what violations I'm charged with, Morrissey is keeping me out of jail. Peter asked me to go stalk Karen Reid in the Seaport with her and stated that Karen Reid stays at the Omni Hotel. Is that true? She stated to me that we can take photos to sell to the Daily Mail and that she has done that before. Catherine informed me that Jennifer McCabe had bought her a new sectional as compensation for her assistance. Holy shit, that should be relatively easy to track. Because you know McCabe's she might be okay at deleting a search history in the morning, but unless she paid cash for a couch, there's got to be records of that. Peter was told by Jennifer McCabe that she informed Michael Morrissey that she is not testifying unless Turtle Boy is in jail. Michael Morrissey informed Jennifer McCabe he would then have to subpoena her, and Jennifer McCabe then told Michael Morrissey, then we won't say what you want us to say. Oh my God. Peter got rid of her phone the day after Adrian Caney announced on his live show that he was looking to get personal information of Michael Morrissey. Peter said to me, they will never get the communications between me and Morrissey. The day that Peter showed up to protest the Karen Reid trial, she informed me Jen McCabe paid me to show her support. On March 16, 2025, Peter told me that she went to meet with Michael Morrissey and Jen McCabe at an undisclosed location in Braintree. When Peter returned home, she had a manila envelope in her hands. Peter's informed me that she's seen emails that are subject to a protective order between the Karen Reid prosecution and Jennifer McCabe. Peter reported to me that upon request from Hank Brennan, she provided the spreadsheet of all the free Karen Reid Facebook supporters to the Commonwealth for the upcoming trial. Peter told me that Hank Brennan has provided information to the federal authorities regarding Karen Reid and Adrian Kearney because he wants them in jail for the trial. See, the trouble is, okay, we have to take this as one of two things. Either it's completely legitimate, which I'm not going to lie, I'm leaning towards, or this could be seen as just a complete and utter fabrication to cause a mistrial and to, you know, whatever else. Long story short, out of this document, someone should be going to jail. Either the one committing perjury or the one getting paid to fuck up a trial. Oh my God. Holy shitballs. This like, hang on. When I retweeted this a few hours ago, I didn't realize exactly how accurate it is. Okay. Peter told me Hank Brennan's provided information. Peter Peter has told me she is going to start rumours about jurors being afraid to serve because Turtle Boy will go after them, and everyone is working overtime to make sure that Turtle Boy can't be in the courtroom for the trial. Peter admitted to me that she created the image of Karen Reid and Alan Jackson embracing that had been given to the Daily Mail. Holy shit. In early January, Peter and I were discussing the Lindsay Gattini case against Adrian Kearney. I mentioned something about her being pregnant at the time, and Peter interrupted me saying Lindsay was never pregnant. I'm aware that Peter and Gattini are close friends in the past and worked together against Mr. Kearney. I understand that I'm not represented by any attorneys connected to the Adrian Kearney or Karen Reid defence teams, and that I'm turning over this information because it is important to know the truth about what is going on. I'm not being coerced or compensated, and I'm doing this of my own free will. Wow. Like I said, either someone's committing perjury for their own 15 minutes of fame, or this shit goes so much deeper than any one of us really thought. Do we think that Bev would do anything other than sit on that? I mean, really? If true, Canton Mass's DA office might be unpopulated in a few weeks. We can only hope, honestly. Sworn affidavit in Norfolk County Superior Court alleges that the Commonwealth agent was paid $1,500 a month by the DA's office and bribed with a couch by Jen McCabe to post misinformation about Karen Reid and Turtle Boy in an attempt to have them both incarcerated. I literally do not know what to say beyond holy shit. It's all just so insane, though. Like, how long can it be allowed to continue? Who is that? I'll be damned. So there are details that back up. So this guy served as a police officer for 4.5 years, and then he went and became a vascular surgeon. That's interesting. Oh, is she the one that's Mass Hole Mafia? Huh.
Admitted to forging a federal court document against Turtle Boy with YouTube copyright. How can anyone trust you not to forge other documents?
Well, because I admitted it.
Wait, what? What? She forged federal court documents in an effort to have Turtle Boy removed from YouTube?
Hey, Faggot, it's Kate. Kate Peter, you know, Krusty Panties, how you call it. I just wanted to let you know every time you get a block number, it's not Lindsay or LG or anyone else. It's me. And I just want to let you know that when you go back to jail, I had absolutely everything to fucking do with it because you're a dumb motherfucker, right? And every time that you victimize a female, I'm going to be right there pushing back. I just want you to know that. Play this on your fucking live show. I am going to get the best of you. You're a bad person, and everybody's going to see it. Have a nice day. By the way, Karen Reid wants nothing to do with you. Go fuck yourself. Bitch. I meant it. I meant it.
Are all the women in Canton just batshit crazy?
Hey, faggot, I can see that you can post my voicemails on your Twitter because you're a bitch. Why can't you face a female? I am not afraid of you. I never witness intimidated you. You're not a witness in any case. You're just a small-dicked fucking faggot that likes to prey on women. Call me back, motherfucker. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you did to Lindsay. Let's talk about what you did to John McCabe. Let's talk about what you did to Colin Albert, a 19-year-old juvenile. Let's talk about it, Aiden. Why are you so afraid of... I know that you're not. You just want to self-victimize. How's your wife doing, by the way? How are your abused and neglected children doing, by the way? Call me back, you fucking faggot. I'll drive over to your parents' house right now. Fuck you.
What the fuck was that? Okay, so this is the woman that supposedly... This is the woman that is the subject of the affidavit that I read. I'm starting to believe it may be true. Wow, I'm not even going to dignify that by reading it out. I don't want those words in my mouth. Did she say Hayden? No, Turtle Boy's first name is Aiden. Aiden Carney. Just a taste of what's been going on behind the scenes the whole time. Like, there's a reason I stayed the fuck out of all of the background stuff. I was genuinely more interested in the actual court case. I tell you what, though, after hearing that, I don't know that my ADHD is going to let me not dive down that rabbit hole now. So she's not some parody account? Apparently not. Oh, she went after his daughter and everything. Hang on.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, I'm looking at the internet right now. I'm watching. There's an individual by named Aiden Carney. He was just removed from the courtroom. He's in violation of a restraining order. He's refusing to leave the courthouse steps. He's within 100 yards of this victim, and he's currently screeching about how she's there. So he's definitely in violation of his restraining order. You might want to get someone down there.
Okay, so Aiden Carney is at the courthouse. He's in violation of a restraining
order, yeah.
Do you know who the RO is against?
The victim is Lindsay Gaetani. She's there with the John O'Keefe's mother right now, Mrs. O'Keefe. So he's, instead of leaving the courthouse on the steps screaming about it, I know it's a football field, he needs to stay away.
Okay, he's out on the steps currently?
Yep.
Can you describe what he looks like?
He is he's a short guy, about 5'8", glasses. He's wearing a suit jacket. He's got a cell phone in front of his face. His nose kind of looks like a penis.
Okay. What color shirt or jacket is he wearing?
Right now it is, I would say that's a gray.
Gray? White male, black male?
White.
Okay.
Yeah, gray jacket, blue shirt.
Okay. And are you...
green tie.
Are you just a witness, or...?
I just happened to be watching it online, and he's screaming about how he got removed from the courthouse due to a restraining order, but he's definitely still in violation of the restraining order as he sits on the steps. So.
Okay. All right. Can I grab your name for the record?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Kate Peter, Peter.
I was sitting here thinking, holy shit, if she'd gone through and done all of that she should have been asking for more money, because $1,500 per month for doing what's alleged in the affidavit, you know. Now I'm starting to think she would have done it for free. And she's just vile. Look at this shit. Like, I don't know what happened between these two, what the previous information is. But bringing his daughter into it, like, that was always gonna be that was always gonna be triggering to me. Like, oh, fuck this. Nah. Nah. That is vile. I took the liberty of sharing your address with these witnesses, friends, and families of the murder victim. Not that I needed to, as it's available online.
I was at the courthouse. She showed up per her account about an hour after I was there. I never saw her. I was never alerted to her presence. I stayed in the courtroom. I went downstairs to meet with the special prosecutor and the rest of the group that I was with, and then I left. 9 hours later. Mr. Carney is currently the criminal defendant in a Superior Court indictment, several counts of witness intimidation, several counts of picketing and parading.
And it's very clear she tried to cover herself by saying, oh, this is all available online. Yeah, it's the malicious intent that makes it a crime, sweetheart.
He has more charges coming right now involving some matters that I don't really want to discuss. They're very sensitive relating to domestic violence. So he is angry and upset with me because I have been cooperating with the prosecution and giving them information on him. A lot of the quotes that he puts in here that are not relevant to the statute at all, where I say that he can blame me for all of his problems, is because I am furnishing information. This is retaliatory.
It gets me every single fucking time when I get to one of the end of get to the end of one of these news articles. Holy shit! I don't. God damn. This woman is insane. Yeah, I think she broke me, Ashira, at least for a minute there. And sweetheart, you're a Massachusetts too. I wouldn't be going out there and like, you know. That's... I take it back. I fully believe the affidavit now. Like, that is horrific. And I